What up, my fellow liberty lovers? How are y'all doing today? Got the Freedom Established 1776 shirt. My wife made that. She's got one of the machines, pretty cool. Anyways, out here in the back, I don't know, you could probably hear the trucks. The road is moving. This is major interstate right there. And I just kind of want to show a few things. I was wanting to build like a raft. Family's got some marshland, and so like a houseboat or something. So that's what those are from. That's from a local car wash. They throw those away. It's full of soap, and so I want to do some like spray foam installation, run me some beams and stuff, and then make like a little houseboat type thing. A couple people in the family's got one, and they're pretty cool. You go out there, it's kind of got like a bed and a little stove and a little sitting area, but it's like a dock all the way around so the kids can fish and things like that. It's really cool. It's like camping on the water. The things us coon-asses come up with. And if you're not from Louisiana, then you might think coon-ass is a derogatory term, but actually that's what the Cajuns call themselves, the French and things like this. It's we're coon-asses. Like you'll see stickers of a raccoon and it'll say RCA on everybody's vehicle. People that hunt and things eat those critters. Those are crawfish, right? It'll be a sticker RCA for Registered Coon-Ass Association. So that definitely wasn't any kind of derogatory or belittling someone or racist comment. I was describing my family. Anyways, this is my compost pile. That side I've already robbed. That way, you can kind of tell the difference on how low that is and how high this is. But you can look at the rich dirt. I mean, that's just amazing, right? Amazing. This is my little recycling area. I don't believe in the climate change hoax, all that stuff. There was a great documentary that showed around America one time at all theaters, and it was called Climate Hustle. And it had people from NOAA, it had all kinds of scientists, they're like blew the whistle. Of course, they'll be attacked, they'll go out the credentials and things like this. But anyways, so like anything I can recycle, metal, cans, all the paper and cardboard, pizza boxes, cereal boxes, what have you, that gets burnt and goes into the compost pile. It's supposed to be a really good pH, neutralizer and things in case you pine needles are very acidic. So adding ashes, cardboard. I definitely take the tape off first. But anything that is, like the plastic, when I move all this, make a pile, and then when I burn it, I definitely make sure all the plastic, because I don't want chemicals into my soil for my vegetables. This is where my rabbit was. He passed away maybe about 3-4 months ago. He was just so old. His sole purpose was to create fertilizer. That's rabbit pellets. I was wanting to breed them, but I actually had got 2 boys, and we had let one of them out to play with the kids and things, and we just could not catch them. We tried boxing them in and everything. And then so eventually we found him passed away over here on the ground because he was coming for his water and his food. Or mainly water at that time. It was during the summer, it was hot. And I mean, we tried, it was like days. Every time we'd see him, if we were inside, we'd see him, we'd run and try to do whatever to get him, So, I mean, we definitely put in the effort. And then the brother, he was old. I mean, pretty old rabbit. But they served their purpose. It's springtime. I would like to get a male and a female, just to have food resource, but anything on the side of the road, hot water heaters, and people call me Sanford and Son, and I get it, it hurts when it comes from the family too, when they say that kind of thing, but I'm a pack rat, whatever, and it's like, yeah, but I'm doing my part in reality, to fight, even though I don't believe in global warming and climate change and all that, I think it's, geo, and then there's engineers. And so, we know there's enough documentation and whistleblowers that this is not even a theory anymore. This is actual fact. But I have the type of soul that if we don't do anything to better our environment and try to leave this earth better than when we got here, our life was a defeated purpose, right? So, as my beehive, I had two, this is the first time ever having bees. I had two colonies, one in the next little town over in the country. And so not last year, but the year before that, at winter time, I didn't do something as simple as turning my beehive box around. Very rookie mistake. But when the north wind comes through, that will actually cause the bees to leave, and they'll suck all their honey out, and they will go find somewhere. They can go up to a 2-mile radius, and so they probably found a nice old barn or a hay barn that no traffic, they wouldn't be bothered, and they were out of the elements. So this year I have an uncle that's an anesthesiologist, and he is getting interested in bees. So you can see that top box. I started off with that one. This was going to be year 3. I harvested honey one time. And so I had those two boxes, year 1, year 2. And then this top box I had set so they can maybe expand on that, and I can start a nuke. A nuke is a 5-frame colony, right? It's like a temporary thing. And the first year is all for the bees. You don't harvest any honey. It's completely and solely for the bees. And so I was hoping to kind of get that jump start and be able to transport that to my uncle's house. That way he can have a colony. Each colony will produce one colony for the wild every year. Or you can, use like lemongrass oil and things to have another empty box, and then they'll transfer into the empty box. So it's called splitting a colony. You'll have 2 colonies instead of 1. But that's why I got into bees. I read that they had 3 to 5 years. So I bought a beekeeping book for dummies. I read that. It seemed real simple, which it is. My initial startup was probably around $1,000, but we're talking about a full beekeeper suit. I have several, I got enough for like 10 boxes or whatever, or 10 colonies, frames, all that, if you wanted to do one, it would have been a lot cheaper, maybe half the cost. And then, as it grew, maybe get them then. But my wife had just found out she was pregnant, and so I knew I wasn't going to have, expendable money, and so I wanted to go ahead and invest in that. But anyways, this colony left this winter. They just couldn't stay warm enough, and they actually left a little, I think that first little freeze, and it was early for it. I think it got everybody by surprise. They left, and then a couple weeks ago I was outside, and it was just teeming with bees, and I was like, oh my God, my colony's back, woo! And then, but it does seem that the boxes are never that dirty, but they're not there to maintain everything. It's amazing. Each bee is a superorganism, and they create a superorganism. That's very rare to find in nature. They're like one of the few species that does. Bees are amazing. I never realized how cool they were. I'm so thankful and that I just went ahead and did it. It's so easy. You only check on them a couple times a year. It's flipping awesome. So this is my chicken coop. I got one rooster. This is my second flock. My flock last year, I had no idea what this thing could be. I mean, they were leaving like entrails, coming in over up on the ceiling. This is the chicken coop part. You see these boxes? The chicken coop actually stops where those first wood is, but then I built this, and then the bottom one I built this. So these can poop and it go on the ground, and then those are ahead of the other chickens, so when they poop, it doesn't fall on the ones underneath. And then this back section, I undid, those two metal clamp there, they got a metal clamp in this corner. You undo those clamps, you can grab your eggs, and then on the bottom one you just lift it up and you can grab your eggs. So that's pretty cool. I have 8 hens, and they each produce an egg a day, egg and a half a day, you know, so I get maybe 50 eggs, 50 to let's say what, 5 dozen is 60. I at least get about 5 dozen, you know, because sometimes they'll lay 2, and sometimes they'll actually lay a double. So, but they're Easter eggers, so they lay like 18 different shades. Some do look, you know, basically the same shade, like green, blue, brown, pink, white, orange type color. But you know, they'll be like light blue, sky blue, baby blue. It's amazing. I love it. They are called Easter eggers because it's like they dyed eggs, obviously. This is my ridiculous garden. With my dad had being sick and passing away before Thanksgiving, you know, with the cancer and stuff, making trips and helping out, my garden got neglected, and you know, that sucks. But it's becoming springtime. Anyways, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are blueberry bushes. And there's several different species, so I do have blueberries like year round. It's really cool. On them white buckets over there, that's blueberries and pomegranates and raspberries. In that right there is my kiwi trees. There needs to be 1 male kiwi, I believe, for 4 or 7 female kiwis. So I have 2 female kiwis and 2 males in there. And then blackberries. I sometimes will grow strawberries in this patch right here. It's kind of like at a mound. A little section, quick little job, made like a area because we have dogs, 2 little bitty dogs. That way the kids can play without worrying about stepping in poop. But just a quick little T-post. These are T-posts. You get the little slammers, slam them down, and then you just put some chicken wire and some stainless tin, and then that way if we ever move, I just pull out the T-post. There's no fence to destruct. I completely built the gates by themselves, which is really cool. I mean, I didn't even draw anything down. Not even like the chicken coop. That was originally, when we bought this place, that was a dog kennel. And so I moved the door from the front of the dog kennel to right here, and this is the entry for it. I built this brooder box because I get the chicks when they're real little bit, like just hatched. So they live in that box with heat lamps and everything. And then that light's out. I need to replace that. I've been gone for 2 weeks, so I'm kind of evaluating everything. This is milkweed right here. Let's see. This plant. It grows like these orange, red, berry-looking balls on them, and we have them planted. This was one. The winter, they'll grow back, you know, obviously. But so that's the only thing that monarch butterflies eat, and they. Almost time to get Jaren. Okay. My youngest brother, he's 17. He lives with me now since Thanksgiving. So, and he's in a welding program, and that way he'll be able to go to like a specific trade school for welding, and then get like a better position, start a little above the ladder. So that's pretty amazing. I get to be part of his life and help him across the finish line. He's 17, like I said, and you know, at that age, some people can struggle with things and life or whatever, and I'm just glad that I'm the one here to ease his ride along. But anyway, so these are scarlet milkweed, and this is the only thing monarch butterflies eat. And they have been, I think, teetering the extinction list if they haven't been. But they migrate from Canada to like this cave area in Mexico every year. There's 4 generations of monarchs a year. I believe it's the 4th one or the 3rd one that lives the longest. Typically, they only live, I want to say like 8 weeks, couple months. Or it might be 3 months. Or I forget, no, because that would have been even. and the last generation lives, I want to say like 6 months, so whatever, 2 months, however it goes, y'all can look it up. And this is the only thing they eat. They'll spot it far away. They'll lay their eggs on the bottom of it. So this kiwi, you can see the vines on the kiwi. It's winter time, so like I can see the fuzz through the net, but the leaves will start to grow soon. And they are a viney. That's why I built a trellis with the stainless steel at the top. But this doubles into our, oh, you can see it's dark, but right there's a leaf. This doubles into a monarch little sanctuary. We feed them. When the wife sees that they have eggs, she'll pluck the branch or leaf, group of leaves, and she'll place them in there. That way other creatures won't feed on them, because birds will eat the larvae and things like this. And so that way they can hatch and grow, and she lets them sit for about a day, maybe 2 days most. She likes to enjoy them, but then she'll let them out. She wants the wings to be, you know, all the way dry and a little bit of strength, all that jazz. But you can't really see. There's roast. I normally do like tomatoes, bell peppers, banana peppers, all kinds of stuff. Purple green beans, royal green beans are amazing. They're purple, they're a deeper color. Anything with a dark, rich color, fruit-wise, or the skin of the fruit, is higher in antioxidants. And so I would try, you know, corn, okra, I mean, whatever we could grow. This is the herb garden. You can see the lemongrass, but it's all really this was not a good year. But this year is going to be a great year. So looking forward to that. But yeah, I guess mainly I was just making this video. I'm on a new phone, got a new everything, so I can actually record. My other phone, I couldn't even use an app, or it'd take like a 5-second video, so there's really no way to post on the boob tube. But I'm back up and ready to go. Good inspiration, you know, with Citizen Man. Y'all need to check him out. Citizen Man, cat in Florida, and a lady, Hope. And shame on me because I don't have her channel memorized, but I met her, you know, through the Mo Reese Delk channel. And, you know, just with the inspiration from Citizen Man and listening to Hope last night, you know, I need to get off you know, even though I did like make those 16 signs and go to the Trump rally and hold that up instead of going inside, and, you know, I got stickers on the back of my truck like communists suck and all this and that, you know, even though I'm not doing nothing, I really need to get on the ball and start at least putting a little something out. So basically, I'm subscribed to the White House, and anything that the Trump says, any kind of speech, any kind of anything, I watch everything. Because like I discussed on Mo's panel last night, these people that we listen for our news, they're getting $20 million, $22 million a year, which equates to $17,000 an hour at a 40-hour work week. I know they have writers, I know they have researchers, and, you know, real journalists that work for them, so they're not even really working a 40-hour week on a 1-hour show or 2-hour show. So they're probably getting paid more like $35,000, $40,000 an hour. And I'm almost certain they're not getting paid that much money because they're telling us the truth. You know, they're getting paid an ungodly fare of money because they have to keep the lie a secret. You know, look at some of the main people that are on that square box every evening on certain channels and follow that bloodline, and you'll see that it's one of the 13 and worked for a clown agency. So anyways, off topic. I'm gonna start doing like my little notes on these White House videos, and I watch every rally. I can damn near recite a whole rally. I can pretty much probably write a rally for Trump as much as I've seen like every single rally. So but every time there is like a sentence or two that's different, or a new message, or, you know, whatever. So I'm gonna, you know, watch those, maybe sum it up, you know, talk about the newer things, you know. I mean, the accomplishments are amazing, and I guess because I watch the rally all the time, I know them, but maybe I should recite the achievements, because that's definitely not getting covered. But anyways, it was good to say hi. Thanks for checking out the video. You know, stay tuned. Trump just did a Daytona speech I want to cover. So these videos I'm about to start posting are probably previous speeches, and then when a new one drops, I'll do those too. But I'm definitely really going to try to get at least one out a day, and they're not going to be long. I'm definitely not the greatest with words and speakers. So. Huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, well, okay, let's go. Let's go. Get my shoes and we'll go pick up Uncle Jaren. And so anyways, they're not going to be real long, and they're probably going to be not, you know, you're not going to have to be a rocket scientist or a doctor to understand them, obviously. So, but man, y'all all rock. Thank you, and stay vigilant. Peace.